And they go green. And right off the line, Guarini gets away well, as does Brido, as does Colombo on the left-hand side. Mattis Cesaro working his way up on the right-hand side opposite.
It's going to be tense, this start loop. You've got start loop and then 7 laps. And I think it's going to be a big fight into this first technical section.
I'm trying to find Pidcock. There he is. So Pidcock has been shuffled back at the start. 162 beats per minute for Charlie Aldridge. As he just gets knocked into that course marking tape slightly. The search for grip up this section, so tough.
Yeah, it might be because it's trying a little bit, but still this climb here, it's so slippery, so difficult to make it on your bike.
Oh, Pidcock stumbles, knocks into Cesaro.
The amazing thing is, we didn't think on lap 1 on the climb, we'd be saying that Aldridge would be leading Schleb. And Schleb takes the lead from Aldridge now. And
we have never seen that before.
No. What a story.
Julian Schelb leading in the World Cup.
Julian Schelb. Out front of this one, it is Schelb and Tom Pidcock, though.
Julian Schelb and Tom Pidcock leading this race.
Couple of seconds behind them, Nino Schurter. Schelb reels round the corner.
Yeah, on high speed, these riders.
But Pidcock is in front now.
The cool thing about these guys riding the A-line is it then pushes them higher up on the rocks and they miss all that ruts at the bottom.
Here we go, here's the overtake then. Pidcock
taking a more difficult inside line.
Just gets his bike straight across the front of Schelb. Schelb shakes the head, but
not happy with that move.
Oh, here we go. A-line. Going AA.
The waterfall.
Into the waterfall section, Tom Pidcock now. Whoa! First time, he said he hasn't ridden the track today, so that's his first time down it on the first lap of the race.
The B-line is faster.
Schelb down what we were calling the A-minus line.
It's faster.
It's a lot faster out of that one. So that'll be a learning exercise for Tom Pidcock.
So next time also Tom Pidcock will take that the A-minus line. Whoa, Pidcock down.
Pidcock goes down in the tack zone where we saw.
Yeah, mud on the tires and entering the asphalt. It's always dangerous. We have seen that before. And he ran down over there.
We saw Valentina Corvi go down there in the under-23 women's race earlier today.
Shaking his head from, what did I do?
Meanwhile, out front, Schelb is by himself with a bit of clear air to work in.
Yeah, 2 German in the lead here. Maximilian Brammel, second place, Pidcock, and then we have Nino. There's Flueckiger, here we go. Finally, we see him in front of the race this year.
All the riders just going on this left-hand line.
Now Pidcock and also Nino maybe on the bike.
Yeah, Schleb just had to dismount and jump back on, enable Pidcock just to close the gap. And his front group of 5 now all just coming back together.
Lucas Schwarzbauer pushing hard to come back to the leading group. He's on 6th place. So 3 German riders in the top 6. Pidcock and Nino Schurter now leading the race.
And it's for Julian Schleb just to hang on now.
Flueckiger just having to have a dab there and unclip his right foot.
Yep, cost him a second. Off the bike, these riders. Nino not, still on his bike.
Yeah, Nino, the first person I've ever seen that's ridden that section all day.
Yeah, he made it.
Yep.
Nino Schurter collected his 36th win in Val di Sole Trentino at the last round.
You just see if on this course you can gain and you lose. You live 2 seconds here or there, you can ride a section, you can dismount.
Just back wheel spins out from underneath, and we saw that happen to Alessandra Keller in the elite women's race as well.
Matthias Flueckiger makes it over that wood over there.
But Schleb doing well as well, getting onto that right side, finding a bit of green grass,
and
getting a bit of grip.
And that's the same to Tom Pidcock, what Pidcock did to him.
Yeah, he just drops that front wheel.
Pidcock round the outside of Nino Schurter. You don't get to say that every day. But out the front, Tom Pidcock.
Yeah, he's pushing hard now. It's kind of an attack.
Senses.
6 seconds.
Senses that maybe now is the time. Going through the timber garden.
Yeah, that's still very slippery, that timber garden.
You see the whole bike just moving around.
Yeah. Yeah, riders have to be careful over there.
Oh, Mathias Flueckiger through there.
Julian Schelt actually as well.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Here he goes, Flueckiger past Schurter. No love lost between those two. And Mathias Flueckiger is answering his online critics here today.
Yeah, he didn't do the short track yesterday to save some energy. It looks like it works for him today. He's so far.
Tom Pidcock just took a look over his shoulder and saw Mathias Flueckiger enjoying a drink from his bottle. I wonder if that will be the green light. Here comes Nino Schurter in the shot now.
All these few riders now have to go into time trial mode.
Yeah, Pidcock put the hammer down. Not waiting at all here on the asphalt.
And this first climb, super tough. In the short track, it was taking the riders about a minute and a half to climb up this asphalt climb. Then we have a small recovery before we go into the woods, but it keeps going and going. It's about 4 minutes all in all where you're actually putting big power through the pedals. It's a really tough climb.
There's Schwarzbar and Brandl. The battle for the last spot on the podium is raging between Lukas Schwarzbar and his compatriot Max Brandl. Lars Forster wants to get across to them.
Pidcock doing well to ride that technical section.
Yeah, wondering what Matthias can do. And
he's off the bike already.
Able to come back to Thomas Pidcock. Pidcock was pushing hard on the asphalt constantly.
Yeah, it's gone from 5 seconds to 13 seconds now.
Nino struggling over there as well to stay on his bike. This cost him a lot of seconds. What he's doing now.
Pidcock did really well to power his way through that section.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That's not something you see on every day.
No, especially not from Nino.
Massive mistake.
Now on third, but we don't see that many crashes of Nino.
Massive mistake from Schurter over the barriers. Is bubbling up nicely. Tom Pidcock leads the way by 40 seconds ahead of Mathias Flueckiger. Julian Schelb's in third, Nino Schurter's in fourth. It's the head of Lukas Schwarzbar. Schurter in the last lap in the wars, off the bike a couple of times.
Yeah, not having his best lap, the previous lap, but he has to find his rhythm back. And that's what he's doing now. Third place.
And the sun's just coming out and you can just sit on course, but Nino's having lots of problems with his pedals. You see them just banging his foot, trying to clear the mud.
Getting the legs turned on, he's one of the cleverest racers out there as Tom Pidcock goes down, seemingly out of nowhere, loses the front end, puffs the cheeks.
How quickly it happened, constantly. Riders, they have to be concentrated everywhere.
Strange crash.
Yes, but it's a very off-camera section over here. Just a little bit too fast.
So often you see riders crashing, it's on that easy bit of forest track or bit of gravel.
Sure. Oh! And Lars Forster down heavily in the timber garden.
Schurter Nino
arrives on the scene, manages to get the bike slowed down, get past him. Great bike riding that from Nino Schurter.
Yeah, that timberwood garden. If you touch your brakes a little bit too much, you slide and you crash immediately.
Meanwhile, Mathias Flueckiger's got the tongue out. He's trying hard, digging deep.
Second place.
43 seconds now after that crash from Pidcock, so... And that's just the kind of day it is. There's mistakes in this for everyone. You've got to keep believing.
That's true.
On a course like this and in these conditions, everyone's going to have a crash at some point today, and it's making sure it's not a one on a rock section, it's on a soft section, and it's just making sure you can get up, preserve your bike.
Schjelb, third place for Julian Schjelb currently.
Schwarzbauer on fourth.
And Luca Grider as well, guy we know in form. He's coming through strong.
What a shake-up in the overall points this one's going to be.
And that's the third place in the race, numbers 3 and 4.
You see that gap to Flueckiger as well, going 40 seconds, now back to 50 again on that first big climb. The speed that Pidcock's climbing today.
Tom Pidcock merciless at the front of this one, 50 seconds ahead of Mathias Flueckiger. Then there's a chunky gap back, nearly a minute.
Yeah, but it looks like you also look at Grider. He's coming back to Julian Schjelb and Nino.
The battle for third place is raging out there as the sun starts to shine for what feels like the first time this week in Crom, Montana. But Shell and Schurter still doing battle now. Schurter in the black and white jersey of Scott Schramm, MTB Racing.
Shell, different line, running, equal in time.
And there's Luca Braido with them in the Italian national champions colours.
It's a very difficult section over there. But also here where Tom Pidcock is.
He's so strong on this climb, and he's gained, put that gap out to Mateusz Flueckiger back to 58 seconds again.
Coming into the Timberwood section.
Approaching a minute to the good for Tom Pidcock as he heads into the Timberwoods.
And the A-line, precisely timed. Last lap, final lap.
Still looking like he's barely ticking over the Englishman. Look at this man though, Mateusz Flueckiger, what a ride today. Classy, classy, gutsy ride from Mateusz Flueckiger, heads onto his final lap. Well, Schurter takes the bell at the front of what will be the battle for third place. Shell, Braido, and are they going to be joined?
And these two, Nino and Braido now just piling on the pressure. Schleub just starting to get distanced a little bit.
Yeah, breathing heavily now.
Nino is pushing now, attacking.
Nino Schurter attacking, but Braido staying with him. Schleub looking like he's on the ropes a bit now in fifth place.
I think Schleub's job is just to hang on to that too. Stay in fifth. Stay
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Tom Pidcock getting a yellow flag just at the top of the rock garden. Medics look like they're with a rider in the middle of that one.
Yep.
Never easy. Look at him.
His typical style for Mateusz Flueckiger.
Mateusz Flueckiger still battling.
Yeah, also for him. Oh, he's taking even the C line. He doesn't know about that B line.
Yeah,
if it's open or not.
I think maybe the flag wasn't far enough across for Pidcock.
Minute 7 back for Mateusz Flueckiger.
It's when you get these fights for a position like this third on the last lap, I get almost like lactate in my own legs. I can feel it, you know, I get into the fight of it.
These two in the booth,
so hard.
These two in the booth beside me, pedaling along with this battle for third place.
A little bit of a gap for Julian Schell now, who's in fifth place.
I wonder if it might be lights out for Julian Schell, if he might be settling for fifth place here on a spot on the podium. Tom Pidcock has been absolutely unstoppable today. It was Judgment Day in Crom, Montana, and the Tominator got the job done. Tom Pidcock takes his 7th UCI Cross Country Olympic World Cup win. Tom Pidcock, absolutely spellbinding. Meanwhile, behind him,
the battle for third place with Nino Schurter, Luca Braido, and Julian Schell.
Two classy performances behind him. Mateusz Flueckiger is going to get second, but Schurter has scampered off up the road for third place.
Waiting for Mateusz Flueckiger. He must be second somewhere in front of these riders.
Schurter looks over his shoulder, sees Braido, knows that he needs to get a move on. Can Nino Schurter hold off the big Italian to get third place at his home
second
round?
place.
What a class act Mateusz Flueckiger is. What a way to answer your critics. Flueckiger heads towards the finish line then. Second place for Mateusz Flueckiger.
And he's happy with that.
Absolutely superb result for Mateusz Flueckiger. That's how you answer your critics in some style. Meanwhile, here we go, the battle for third place, warming up now. Schurter versus Braido down the Red Bull Roots and Roll section for the last time. And they arrive on the asphalt, and it is going to be a sprint finish. Braido tucks in behind Schurter. He won't be able to see him. Braido stands on the pedals. Schurter has to dig deep. He's led this pair the whole way round. Has he got enough in the tank to get the job done? Luca Braido clicks through the gears and moves past Nino Schurter. Luca Braido mugs Nino Schurter at the line for a hard-fought third place. Schurter rolls home in fourth place. Tom Pidcock escorted onto the podium by his two dogs. Absolutely perfectly. A win's a win. Tom Pidcock. Tom Pidcock heads the Tour de France with a win at the UCI Cross Country Olympic World Cup in Crom, Montana. Ahead of Flueckiger, Brido, Schurter, Shelb, Colodani, Schwarzbar, Forster, Saru and Colombo.